So let's create project. Folder. So in this I am opening VS Code. So I will repeat these steps every day so that you will get used to it. Okay. And you should also practice, then only you will remember and understand. So first we have to create a virtual environment. So for creating, you have to activate the virtual environment and then install Django. Then install Django project. Sorry, start Django project. Okay, so you have all the settings files in this folder, and then now you can start the project. Okay, so we know this part. So now we should create our app. To create app, the command is python.manage.py start app and create bootstrap app. Get bootstrap app name. Okay. So now I'm starting the project. So the first thing we have to do is we have to add this bootstrap app to our settings. To do that, we have to go to the settings.py file and we have to go to the installed apps list. In this, you have to add bootstrap app. Okay, bootstrap app. So, and the next thing you have to do is you have to create a URLs file in your app. URLs.file URL patterns folder empty list, and then you have to link this URLs to your main config URLs. Path, I'm giving the default path for this to handle the your main parts of my website. So in this, I'm including bootstrap app.urls. Okay. So now let us open our use. So let us open my project folder. In this project folder, let us create templates. For that, I have to create templates folder. In templates folder, you can create your say another folder with your app name. So in this, you can create your HTML files. So we are creating this additional folder because to separate paths. Okay, for example, you have different apps. Okay, currently I have only one Bootstrap app, but if I have some multiple apps, and in those multiple apps, if I have the same, for example, I have home.html page in two apps. Okay, so then Django settings will confuse because you have two home.html files. For that, we are separating the path with the app folder. That's why we are creating additional uh, folder with the name of our app name. You can create without this additional folder as well, but to avoid ambiguity between different apps HTML files, we are creating a separate path. Okay, so now in this index.html, so this will hold our actual code, home page, okay, input for HTML, about page, and one more page, for HTML, contact page. Okay, so I have created three normal HTML files. Okay, so now we can add these files to our views by going to our app folder. So in this app folder, our views folder, in views file, we can create views. The path will be bootstrap app slash index.html. Okay, about page. Okay, third view is contact page. Okay, so we have created three views for our HTML files. Now let us give URLs. So to give URL, first I have to import path from Django.urls, import path. Okay, and I have to import all the views we have created in this views.py, which are from dot views, import index dot page, about page, and contact page. Okay, so in this we have to give the paths for each individual view. So for index page, I'm giving default URL. So which means whenever I access this 127.0 IP address URL, I should get this index page. So here we have to mention index page and name unique name. So I'm giving the same as index page. So in previous Friday class, I have discussed about these names. I hope Abhijit, you have seen that video as you asked about what these names are used for.
So it's in percentage URL you used to that.
Yeah, to switch between one page to another page, we need to do that using HTML anchor tags. So
Yes.
in that anchor tags for uniquely instead of defining our entire path, so we are directly switching from one page to the other page using these names.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so that's why this name should be unique. Okay, so this the same name should not be assigned to any path in any app. Okay, so this name should be unique for each path. And the next one is about page, finally contact page, contact page, and name is contact page. So these names, it is not mandatory to keep the same name as your view's name. So you can keep any name here, but it should be unique. Okay. But for to reduce extra effort, I am using the same view name. Okay. Until it is unique, it doesn't matter whatever the name you choose. Okay. So now we have set all the three parts. Now if we go and redirect this, so you'll get home page. And if you go to about page, you'll get about page. And if you go to contact page, you'll get contact. Okay, so this we have seen many times. Okay, so in this project, we will actually add the bootstrap. Okay, so we already know that bootstrap is easy to add easy styling and predefined components to your website. Okay, so instead of doing all the styling in CSS, you can do the styling and predefined structure and the things in Bootstrap. Okay, so you can add Bootstrap in two ways. One is directly going to your Bootstrap website, which is getbootstrap.com. So in this, so to start a Bootstrap, to add Bootstrap to your website, either you can add this CDN to your header section in your HTML, or you can download the Bootstrap files and you can include those files manually. Okay, so that is one more way. So let us copy the CDN files links and go to your index.html and add these links to your header section. Okay, so by adding this, Bootstrap will be linked to your Django project. Okay, so now you can do all the Bootstrap things like class display 3. Okay, so you can give all the bootstrap tags in this class attribute. Okay, so now if you go to your actual site, which is your homepage, and see, you can see that there is a difference between the length of your homepage heading. So that is getting controlled by these bootstrap tags. Okay, you can add colors like predefined colors like text primary, secondary, info, warning. Okay, danger. So all those have some predefined, so you can access all those in this Bootstrap website. So you have color options. So these are the predefined color options. You can, for success, you will get, if you type text success, you will get green color. Okay, for text, if you want to add as a background color, you can use BG. So there are different Bootstrap tags. You can explore them and you can use them. Okay, so now to add this bootstrap, to implement bootstrap in every page, you have to add these links to your all your HTML pages. So then only, so you can access bootstrap in your pages. Okay, so to avoid this unnecessary duplication of code, so in Friday's class we have also discussed about how to create.
Returns can we use?
Sorry.
Can we use template in the returns?
Yeah, that's what we have discussed in Friday's class to avoid this unnecessary duplication of code. So you can use a template inheritance. Okay. So for that, we have to create an additional file called as base.html. Okay. So in this base.html, we will add the actual common code for all the pages in this app. So which is so if you consider this can be your actual common code. Okay, so the dynamic content that that may change is this title and the actual body of your page. So for that, we will create tags which accept some dynamic content with name, block.title, and block. Okay, and you can also give some default data. So if you don't call this block title and give any data, so it will get the common the default data here we give. Okay, so which can be like bootstrap app. Okay, so if you don't call this in your other pages, you will get this default data as bootstrap app as your title of your page. Okay, so thing, next dynamic thing we can expect is or actual body content. So for that, I'm giving block content and block. Okay. So now I have created the common page for our entire app. So now what I have to do is I have to inherit this page to other pages that have this common structure. Okay. So for that, you have to open the each page, which is index page. So you can remove all this code. And first you have to import the base file into this page. So for that, you have to use curly braces, modular symbol extends, and you have to mention the path of this base.html, which is bootstrap app, okay, base.html, okay, and close these tags, and then you can give the dynamic content that is expecting. Okay, so here our base.html is expecting a dynamic content from block.title and block content, this content area. Okay, so you can directly call.
Sir, is it necessary to add the path bootstrap app slash?
Yes, else it will not load the base file into this file. It will not inherit.
Okay, but both the HTML files are on same folder.
Yeah, but you have to give the path.
Okay.
So yeah. So block title and block. So for index.html, the title page will be like for index.html, you can leave the default page, or you can just say bootstrap.app for index page, or you can mention as home page or index page, whatever you want. Next, the actual content of our page, which is block content and block. Okay. So now, so in this, we'll display the actual content. So which is for now, just example, let us take as bootstrap homepage. Okay. So now if you go and refresh our homepage, we'll get bootstrap homepage. So successfully we have inherited base.html to our index.html. So now copy this page, this content, and go to the next page, which is about page, and remove and replace this. So here also in about page also we are extending so this base.html code, and in this title block we will change it to about page. Okay, and here also we will change it to about page. We can give here as text primary. We can go text page, so which will give red color, and let us also change the contact page. This contact page. Okay, so like this I have inherited the base file into all the files so that I have avoided this duplication of multiple imports of same thing. Okay, so like this you can import bootstrap into your websites. Okay, so you get this contact page. Okay, so like this, you are able to add Bootstrap into your page. So this is one way of adding Bootstrap. So you can also add Bootstrap using Django module. Okay, so to implement that, you have to you have to install a module called as Django Bootstrap 5. There are multiple modules which gives this Django to your website. So I have used this Django's bar bootstrap file module. Okay, so to add this module, after installing this module, what you have to do is first you have to add this module to your installed apps in settings.py. Okay, so here you have to add Django bootstrap file. Okay, so for confusion, you can, for more clarity, you can give comment for this names. Like for this, you can give local apps. Okay, and for the third-party installed apps, you can give name as third-party. So that these are the apps that we have created by our own self, and these are the apps that we are downloading from the internet. Okay, so now I have downloaded Django module. So now what I have to do is I have to go to our app templates and base.html. Okay. So in this I can remove these imports. Okay. So here I can load Bootstrap using. So now if I try to, so now there is no Bootstrap in my websites. Now if I go and refresh, I will get normal HTML tags. Okay. Without any colors, Bootstrap colors, because I have removed the bootstrap, right? So now let us add the bootstrap with the installed Django module. So for that, to add that, you have to use this tags load bootstrap file, okay, and also bootstrap CSS. Okay, so you have to add these two tags. Okay, now if you go and refresh, file is not registered tag library must be bootstrap file. Okay, so yes, there is
Sir,
an
Bootstrap
issue.
JS.
Yes?
Bootstrap JS.
No, it's not the issue. There may be issue with the install modules. Okay, let us uninstall it with uninstall from strap file. So let me install one more app, which is git install Django bootstrap v5. Okay. So in settings, it will be enough to add just bootstrap 5 for this module. Okay. And these tags will be sufficient. Okay. So now if you go to about page and home page, you can see that bootstrap is getting applied. So the module to install for adding bootstrap is there are plenty of modules that give you access to your bootstrap, but you have to check the working module. So for this, I have installed Django Bootstrap v5. Okay, so I get Bootstrap into your Django app. So after installing this, you have to add just Bootstrap file to your installed apps. Okay, for this module, you have to add this. Okay, so for each module, there will be a different name. So for this particular Django Bootstrap v5, you have to add Bootstrap file to your installed apps, and then you have to load these three tags into your base.html so that so into whatever the file you are importing this base.html, so Bootstrap will be added to those pages. Okay. So so now let us add some common. Uh, Let us do some Bootstrap styling and let us create some proper pages. So for that, first we have to give a navigation bar. So navigation bar is nothing but you can see that here we have a navigation bar. So with using this navigation bar, you can go from one page to another page, and we'll have some optional information or search bar or anything like that. Okay. So now let us add a common navigation bar. For that, you can go to Bootstrap website and you can explore these components. These are all predefined components. Okay, so you can explore these predefined components and you can add whatever the components required for your project. Okay. Okay, so let us take a simple navbar as this. So let us copy this and paste in our body section. Okay. So now if I save and if you check in our website, if you refresh, so you get this navbar. So you'll get this navbar in all the pages. Okay, about page, contact page. Okay, because we added this to our base.html. Okay, so the this will be common code for each page. So that's why we have added this. So let us customize this. So to customize this, let us change this color to navbar primary. Okay, so here I have given background color primary. So primary color is blue color. Okay, so if you check, Okay, there's some colors issue. Okay, so here I have added common navigation bar. So for that you can give whatever the color you have, but I'm facing a little bit issue with the colors of these text colors. Okay, so we'll resolve that later. For that, for now, let us give our links to these pages. So for that, our brand name will be like Bootstrap app will be your brand name. Okay, and links will be like homepage, about page, and contact page.
Sir, can you add text to it to class container fluid? Is it change the color?
Sorry, class container fluid.
A container fluid. Add text to it. Sir, in container fluid
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
class.
yeah. No, that is so here itself. Navbar, primary, PG.
Sir, giving text to it to a tag will change the color, I think.
No? Okay, leave it for now. We'll see. I will let you know tomorrow. For now,
Okay,
let
sir.
us go with this. Okay. So here I have given our brand name as Bootstrap app and homepage, about page, contact page. So now to link these pages with some URL. So day before yesterday I have already taught, so which is you have to give tags, and this tags you have to mention URL space, and in quotes you have to give the URL name. Okay, so for homepage the URL is URL path name is homepage. Okay, so the names are these names. Okay, so here we have given index page, about page, contact page. Okay, so you have to use the same names, which is text page for home page, the same path for your home as well, and for about page, so you have to give about page. Okay, and for contact page, so you have to give contact page. Okay, so now if you access, so you will get about page, contact page. So from any page you can switch to any other page. Okay. So like this, you can navigate from one page to another page. So we have seen this as well. So now let us add few more. So if you see here, there is no padding between the content and the borders, right? So there is no margin, which means there is no gap. So but properly, if you open any website, so you can see that so there is some equal amount of gaps between both sides, right? So that can be achieved by placing our actual expected content in a division block. So in this division block, I'm giving class name as container. Okay, so this container Django class will add these margins to the both sides of your page. Okay, so now if you go to your page and refresh, so you can see, so you got the gap, right? So now let us display some dummy text in your pages, home page, and just do dummy text by lowering. Go access your home page. So you'll get this extra padding on both sides. So you can align this to center by simply calling text center. So previously we used to align this using CSS, right? So you can give margins. So if you see here for navigation bar and this heading, there is no gap. Okay, so I can achieve that gaps using margin tags. Margin tags are achieved using P. So PT in the MT in the sense, sorry, MT in the sense stop. Okay, so X in the sense both in horizontal way, Y in the sense in vertical way. Okay, and B in the sense bottom way. Okay, so you can adjust these margins in 5 levels from 1 to 5. So here I am giving MT 3. Okay. So now if you go and refresh, so you can see a gap is being increased between this navigation bar and this home page. Okay. So now if I change it to 5, so it will reduce further now. Okay. So if you want to induce gap between this home page and this text, you can induce that as well by MB3. MB in the sense margin bottom. Okay, so you can see the gap is increasing. So there are several bootstrap tags that are used to style your code, and you can use the predefined code like you have cards, right? So you have card examples. So in this card examples, you can simply copy this card code and you can go to any other page like contact page. So in this contact page, and by 4, so in both directions, in horizontal top and bottom, and get 4 spaces of margin. So here I'm pasting this card code. Okay. So if I go and refresh, so now if I go to my contact page, so you can see a card. Okay. So which has some predefined style. Okay. So simply you can change the content by Bootstrap app. Okay. So like this, you can create cards of your own store. Okay. So like this, you can use these predefined components like a code name. So like this, you can expand your content alerts. So using alerts, you can create these simple alert messages of your page. So explore Bootstrap and we can see all the styling. Okay, so you'll get this alert messages. Badges are like buttons. So here you get the notification counts. Okay, so these app messages count like this, right? You can do that using badges. So breadcrumbs are used to display path of your website. Okay, so if you go website and check path of the page you open, you can check this using this path. Okay, buttons. So you can implement bootstrap buttons using these tags. So simply you will create a HTML button. For that you will add this class. Okay, so in class you can add BTN space, BTN primary, secondary, success. All these are the colors. So for primary you get a blue color. For secondary you get this gray color. So for success, you get this green color, danger, red color, warning, this goldish yellow color, and info, you get this sky blue color. For light, you get white color, and dark, you get this black color, and for link, you get this style of style. Okay, so these are the buttons. So if you copy all these buttons and check on any page, you can see these are the buttons. Okay. So like this, there are a number of components, predefined components. You can simply copy the code for large code like navbars. You don't have to write from the scratch. Okay, so you can simply copy the predefined component. You can adjust according to you. But these buttons, all these can be directly created. The only code you will change is this simple class. So you can directly create a HTML button. If you add this styling text, bootstrap text, the button will change to this bootstrap button. So like these small components can be defined by own yourself, but large text like this navigation bars, okay, list, all those can be copied the code from Bootstrap site, and you can adjust the content accordingly. Okay, so this is how you can link Bootstrap to your website. Okay, so let me show one more thing. Okay, so I'm randomly generating images using this Pixum photos. So now we'll make a sample data using Copilot. Okay, so in this generate generate a dictionary. Okay, I'm just generating the fake data for using. So I don't want this code. Actually, want the actual output. So this is the output I want, which will have image URL, so copy this data, and I will go to my use page, or I will create another folder called as data in my app, data.py. So in this, I will hold cities. So if you see here, we have details of each city. So for each city, we have image URL, city name, Chicago, sorry, city name and description. Okay, so like this, we have some 7 cities data. Okay, so this is a list of cities data which we have. So for each city, we have an image URL, city name, description. Okay, so now, so into our views, let us import this data. So bootstrap app views. So into this folder, let us import and dot data import cities. Okay. So now let us send the cities data to our index.html.
Sir, but cities are list, right?
Yes, but that list is attaching to this dictionary.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So I have sent the list of cities to output as with key name cities. Okay. So now we can access those list of cities in here. So here, what I am going to show is cities to explore. Okay. So here, let me try to print those cities. So I'll get this list of data. Okay, perfectly the data is getting. First, now I want to give a proper. So the first city details can be accessed using count index. Okay, so this is the first data. So let me try to display that first data using this text. Okay, so I'm copying this card text. So here I am trying to display the text. So here to display the image text, what we have to do is source. So you have to open double curly braces and it is so in that case you can do that using with tag if first image equal to cities filter first. And so in this you can access first image dot image URL. Okay, so image. So let us give some height like 50 pixels. Okay, so in this card title we can give card title as cities filter first. So instead of What I want to show is instead of giving each card for each city, here we can do that using for loop, right? So for that we can do that using for loop as for city in cities, okay, and close this for loop out of this card and for okay. So in this for loop, so we can directly explore like city dot image URL, right? And we can access city name description. So for that, so you can access using city dot city name, okay. And for this description, city dot description, okay. Now if you so if you save this and run, you can see that you have all the cities with some random image and some random names and description. So now to organize this, you can do that by moving this content into a division block. So for this, you can class row. So here we are organizing as rows and columns. Okay. So for that, you can see here in Bootstraps, you can see layout. So in this layout, so here you can see columns, right? So in this columns, you can organize your content in different ways using these tags, which is row tag. So for each card, you can use column tag so that it will be a column. So you have the style context to align your items in different ways. So for that, you have this justify content center, justify content center, and you can give call tag this to for this card so that it will each card will be displayed in separate columns. Okay, so you can see that all these list of cities displayed as in columns. Okay, so like a Excel table. Okay, so now you can give gutters. So using gutters, we can give gaps between these tags. Okay, so currently there is no gap, right? So you can give gap to these tags using this gutter. So this also directions are controlled in the same way as we discussed previously. So G3 in all the directions I'm giving spaces of 3. See the row column you have to mention it. Okay, so like this you can arrange your data using Bootstrap. So here we have instead of writing each card for each city details, we have simply created this Bootstrap code for one single city. So using for loop, we have used the same code multiple times. For example, if you have 100 cities, instead of writing the same code 100 times, simply we are passing in the data as list of cities in our Django. So we are reading that Django data in our HTML site. So in that HTML page, we are able to reuse the same code for multiple number of cities. Okay. So like this, you can style your code in a quicker way using Bootstrap. combined with Django. Okay, so this is the advantage of using Bootstrap with Django. So you can reuse the same code and you can fastly develop the website using these techniques. Okay, so any doubts from this?
Sir, I just want to practice and I'll let you know.
Okay, sure. So for today, practice trying to link Bootstrap to your websites and explore other features in Bootstrap if you are first timer to Bootstrap. Okay, so there are several features and several predefined components. So based on your design of your website, you can use these already available predefined components and you can develop your application. Okay, so this will be your today's task to develop a website and display multiple number of contents on your website using for loops. Okay, so by this you can reuse the same. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.